He has become one of the most successful recording artists of all time. He has conquered the worlds of both music and acting. Justin Timberlake has built a formidable empire in show business. He is known as America's sweetheart, garnering a loyal legion of devoted fans thanks to his music, acting, and cheeky personality. From his beginnings in Mickey Mouse Club to his worldwide success in NSYNC,
we feel like there's nothing that can hold us back from doing what we love to do.
Justin has proved time and time again why he deserves to be a star.
I think it's safe to say whatever Justin Timberlake does, he's going to be very, very successful.
Justin, your acting CV is getting bigger and bigger. Just the list is going on. This was a great role for you because...
I don't know why, but
Really?
I'll take it.
But with great success, often comes controversy. Over the years, scandals and personal life dramas have backdropped much of Timberlake's career.
It was on the front pages all around the world. Everybody was gossiping about it, wanting to know the ins and outs.
These scandals have been major milestones in his career. But do they define him? Has he risen above them?
America was outraged. There were hundreds and hundreds of complaints, and people did want him to apologize for what he'd done.
This is the real Justin Timberlake.
If you want to make something good, you have to find inspiration. You have to work harder than everyone else. And you do have to surround yourself with people who know how to work harder. Being recognized by the people who work alongside me, this really means something to me.
He has won 10 Grammys, 2 Emmys, 3 Brit Awards, and 9 Billboard Music Awards, amongst many other wins and nominations. Justin's career heights began at a very young age. It was apparent that he had a talent for singing, dancing, and acting.
Justin was born in Memphis, Tennessee in 1981, raised in very much a middle-class family. His father was the director of the local choir, and I think they realized very early on that he had an amazing voice and a big talent.
I remember when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and again, grew up singing in church. And you talk about soul music, and for me, one of the links that hit me when I was really young, 8, 9, 10, was the link between faith and soul. Because you know, what you talk about, that feeling that you would hear from Otis or Sam or Miss Staples, that they believed what they were singing.
When he was 5 years old, his family life would fracture as his parents got divorced.
It's hard for any child to go through their parents splitting up, and Justin was just 5 when his got divorced. It obviously hugely affected him when he was growing up, but still, he's got such a close bond with his mother and often says that she is his best friend.
Justin's spoken quite openly about the fact that him and his mother are very, very close. His parents divorced when he was just 5 years old, and I think he's obviously kept the relationship with the mother a lot stronger than what it is with the father. At the age of 11, Justin went to Hollywood where he performed in Star Search. It was kind of like a kid's version of X Factor and Pop Idol, and he was starting to make a really big impression. He was always performing the country songs. He wasn't doing all of the slick, sexy back dance moves. It was a very different Justin in those days. Although Justin didn't win Star Search, what it did was give him the confidence. It got him used to the fact of, being in the studios, performing, taking a bit of criticism, and really trying to fight to get to where he wanted to go.
Although Justin didn't win Star Search, the experience primed him for an even more significant opportunity.
What Star Search did was put him in front of the American public and show that he was a great performer and someone that they all had to watch out for in the future.
In 1993, Justin was cast as a member of the hit TV show The Mickey Mouse Club, on which he met future stars such as Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling, and Britney Spears.
And while there were so many talents there, it was actually J.C. Chasez, who he ended up founding NSYNC with, who Justin got on with the most.
Growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, I was called all types of names just for being creative. And I remember I ended up on this small television show called the Disney Channel's New MMC. It's before Seventh Heaven. But not as important. And I was 10 years old, and all of a sudden I was around a group of young people that were like me, that were different.
After Justin's time on the Mickey Mouse Club ended, he asked fellow cast member J.C. Chasez if he wanted to start a boy band.
When Justin's run in Mickey Mouse Club came to an end in '95, he got together with J.C. Chasez and Lou Pearlman and basically said, do you want to make a boy band? Eventually they got onto the likes of Chris, Joey and Lance, and they all got together and formed that band.
Justin found help from Lou Pearlman, who was of course the boy band extraordinaire, and Chris Kirkpatrick, the talented musician. They rounded up other bandmates, Joey and Lance, and moved to Florida where they started incredible rehearsals and relentless dance work routines.
And not long after, NSYNC was born.
All right, I'm Justin.
I'm Chris.
I'm Joey.
I'm JC.
I'm Lance.
And we're NSYNC!
In late 1995, Lou Pearlman was so confident that he had a group of stars, he approached the manager of the Backstreet Boys, Johnny Wright. And the boys performed for him at a showcase. He was so impressed, he signed them up to his massive European label.
And 2 days later, just 2 days after they signed, they were already signed to BMG Areola Munich, which is a massive label in Europe, so Germany, where the Backstreet Boys were already a huge success.
All the parts had fallen into place for NSYNC to dominate the boy band world.
It was massively important. The boys got off to a perfect start with their debut single, and that's what they did. I Want You Back was first released in Germany, and the crowd and the fans loved it.
I Want You Back was an overnight smash hit in Europe.
It was on all of the music channels. Everyone was loving their dance moves. It was exactly what the boys needed. They'd cracked Europe. They'd conquered the continent. But what they really wanted was to break America. And after one performance in Budapest, they wowed a rep, the biggest scout from a huge American record label, Vincent DiGiorgio, who signed them in '98 to RCA Records, and that was where they really started to become world superstars.
The boys were starting to acquire millions of fans across America. Fans and critics started to wonder if Justin was becoming the group's standout member. However, it seemed that Justin was beginning to evolve into more than just a boy band member.
He was getting more airtime, he was in the videos more, he was lead vocalist, he was writing a lot more.
He was starting to go into studio, work on his own material, and he was already planning his baby steps towards a solo career.
He just gelled all the other boys together, and it was obvious that Justin was going to carry on his own, no matter what was going to happen.
It was obvious that his destiny was to be a solo artist.
In both NSYNC and his personal life, Timberlake would command the limelight. In early 2000, the news broke that Justin Timberlake was dating Britney Spears. Since Britney was the biggest female pop artist then, their relationship further enhanced Justin's status as the standout member of NSYNC. Justin and Britney were Hollywood's hottest couple.
Justin obviously met Britney when they were on the Mickey Mouse Club back in the day, but when they were dating, it was like a whole new level of fame. And it was one of those relationships you never wanted to end.
Everyone went crazy. They were dubbed the first couple of pop. Everyone wanted a bit of them. In the end, they finally gave up and started doing red carpets together, wearing matching denim outfits. The power of two is always huge, and everyone fell in love with them. This couple from the Deep South with humble beginnings. They were great young pop stars. It made him a global celebrity and not just a pop star or performer.
But the whole thing, the relationship, Justin and Britney catapulted both of them, especially Justin, into the celebrity stratosphere. It was their moment, and the whole world was obsessed with Spears and Timberlake.
Justin was no longer 1/5 of NSYNC. He was definitely a star within his own right.
NSYNC's third album, Celebrity, was to be their last. Shortly after its release, the band announced it would go on hiatus. Fans and music critics started speculating that the boys had gone their separate ways.
Like all good things, NSYNC did have to come to an end, and I think Justin obviously wanted to start making his way down to a solo career. You know, so did JC Chasez in the band as well. But they kind of went on a hiatus, didn't really tell anyone what was happening, and just dispersed amongst our very eyes.
After NSYNC's breakup, Justin once again filled pages in showbiz magazines all around the world. This time with the news that he and Britney had split up.
Well, when Justin was with Britney Spears, this was his first love. So when they did split up, just shortly after NSYNC had been on their hiatus, it was a big shock.
The news that Justin and Britney Spears had called it a day, had split up, was a massive showbiz story. I mean, you have to remember they were the most photographed couple in the world. They were the most talked about couple in celebrity. Every magazine, every newspaper carried this story. I mean, there were rumors that Britney Spears wasn't interested in talking about family or marriage. Justin believes in marriage, he believes in family, and he, I think, wanted to embrace that world. There were talks of junior Justins and baby Britneys. It wasn't meant to be.
It was on the front pages all around the world. Everybody was gossiping about it, wanting to know the ins and outs. You know, and at the centre of it, Justin had lost the girl that he loved.
And I think the split affected Britney more than Justin. I think that's been well documented in the last 10 years, what she's gone through in her private life. I think Justin seized the moment. He relished the opportunity to reinvent himself. He was a single man and also a man engaged in a solo career. He wanted to be a worldwide solo star.
After a rough patch in his personal life, Justin launched his solo career. His first solo album, Justified, included the hit single, Cry Me a River.
Cry Me a River, quite simply, is the standout track on the Justified album. It was an incredible, huge #1 hit around the world. And of course, we now know that the song was inspired by his breakup with Britney Spears. He's been on record now. He's admitted that the song was his response to that emotional split. There was literally a media frenzy anticipating Justin Timberlake's solo album, Justified.
Justin's solo career got off to a fantastic start with Justified. The album was hugely popular amongst fans worldwide and went on to sell millions of copies.
Justin's solo album was something that we all really, really wanted. Justified did really well for him, went straight into the Billboard charts to #2. It was selling millions around the globe, 3 million in the US, 1 million elsewhere.
He mastered a unique pop R&B sound that was unique to him. It borrowed heavily from other performers, especially Michael Jackson, who apparently had turned down many of the records that he ended up recording for the album.
It wasn't just a teen record, it was a record that was pretty cool. Young people could dance to it, people who were trendy could dance to it. It was being played everywhere, so it really did make him suddenly a credible artist.
It was definitely critically well received as well. He'd made a really good point that he could stand alone and not have to be one of 5 people.
And so it was no surprise that when Justified was finally released, he had an incredible first week sales, leading to a US #1 album, a multi-platinum #1 album in the UK and across Europe. He got the sound right, he was working with the right people. This was Justin's moment to shine.
Justified was heavily praised by music critics for its unique and diverse sound. It seemed that Justin had moved away from the typical pop sound of NSYNC. Hip-hop and R&B producers such as Timbaland and the Neptunes worked on the album and helped to give it a sound that would appeal to a larger fan base. Along with Cry Me a River, fan favorites from the album included Like I Love You and Señorita.
On that sunny day, didn't know I'd meet such a beautiful girl walking down the street. Seen those bright brown eyes with tears coming down. She deserves a crown, but where is it now? Mama, listen, Señorita, I feel for you.
In 2003, Justin started dating Hollywood A-lister Cameron Diaz.
We first got rumors that Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake might be more than just friends after they celebrated at an after-show party at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards in Los Angeles. They'd both been on stage presenting at the show. They'd also been covered in green slime, so they had something to bond over. But there'd been rumors circulating for a while that the two were socializing. They knew each other. They had mutual friends as well in the industry.
Justin had recently become cool. It was a strange catapult to being cool, but he almost didn't really know how to deal with it. At one point, he was a teen pop star, and he suddenly became one of the coolest guys on the planet. And then he got one of the coolest girlfriends on the planet, and he couldn't really have picked a cooler girlfriend than Cameron Diaz.
You kind of would have thought after Justin going out with Britney that he wouldn't have gone out with another high-profile person. But in 2003, Cameron Diaz came along and it became his next Hollywood girl. They were out on the red carpet, you know, they were quite fiercely private during their time together, but it was a great tabloid story. Everybody wanted to know the ins and outs.
And let's be honest, Cameron Diaz was one of Hollywood's leading ladies right then. She was hot property. She was one of the highest paid women in Hollywood, one of the sexiest women in Hollywood. It was no surprise that Justin and Cameron had become an item. The question was, how long would it last?
The couple was photographed daily and featured in magazines all around the world. They were the latest couple to take Hollywood by storm. Since the NSYNC days, Justin has appeared many times on TV shows such as SNL and Jimmy Fallon, where people have fallen in love with his personality as much as his music.
Cut a hole in a box. Put your junk in that box. Make her open the box. And that's the way you do it. It's like in a box.
In 2004, Justin was asked to perform alongside Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl halftime show in what would become the most notorious and controversial halftime show in NFL history. In what would later be famously referred to as a wardrobe malfunction, Justin ripped off the top half of Janet's costume, leaving her exposed. And a media storm was about to ensue.
The Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson Super Bowl moment is one of those moments in TV history everyone has seen and everyone to this day still talks about. It's one of the most watched clips on YouTube, and it's one of the most litigious pieces of television in American history. The record number of complaints that the federal authorities received, the TV broadcasters were fined millions of pounds.
Nipplegate was making headlines all over the world. And after the hugely controversial moment, Justin was made to publicly apologize.
Janet Jackson ultimately suffered, her career suffered because of this one ridiculous decision to have Justin Timberlake rip off her leather bodice, exposing her right nipple, which was studded with a star. I mean, what a crazy decision, but what an incredible piece of TV.
They apparently didn't do it in rehearsal, but when it came to the live shot, he went and grabbed her top and the boob fell out, and America was outraged. There were hundreds and hundreds of complaints, and people did want him to apologise for what he'd done.
After the Janet Jackson scandal, Justin decided to take a break from music to focus on his acting career, and was about to star alongside some of Hollywood's biggest actors.
In 2004, Justin decided he wanted to spend more time on his acting career, which was quite a punchy move after releasing such a huge album. He went on to get a number of movie roles. His first film was with Morgan Freeman and Kevin Spacey in Edison. And then Justin went on to star alongside Bruce Willis in Alpha Dog. What Justin was cleverly doing was building up a really good repertoire of, being taken as a serious actor, working with the right directors, working with some of the Hollywood's A-list, and eventually he was going to become one of them.
However, although Justin's career was soaring, he once more had troubles in his personal life. In 2006, Justin and Cameron split up. The couple had been together for 2 years, and their breakup was huge news across Hollywood.
In 2006, we learned that Cameron and Justin had actually split up, and I think the overwhelming feeling amongst people was, it's really sad, Justin's heartbroken again.
Cameron and Justin initially wouldn't talk about their private life in early interviews, but a few months down the line on the red carpet, I remember Cameron Diaz admitting that she was a solo girl.
The tabloids obviously loved it, and it was on the front pages again, but could he find someone normal? Could he not just date, Laura down the road that worked in the bakery?
But I think it had quite an effect on both of them. Although they've managed to remain friends to this day, apparently they're still good friends, still in touch, and that's a rare thing in Hollywood.
After such a public breakup, Justin was back in the studio to record his second solo album, Future Sex Love Sounds, which included the massive hit single, Sexy Back.
Future Sex Love Sounds immediately started on the right track with Sexy Back. It was the first #1 for him in the UK. Sexy Back also reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US.
Every club, every DJ, every radio station, every TV channel played one record in 2006, and it was Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back. I mean, the man had struck gold by going back into studio with his best mate, Timbaland, who at that moment was still one of the hottest producers in the world.
And the video for Sexy Back was exactly what we wanted to see from the return of Justin Timberlake. The slick dance moves, looking cool, loads of sexy girls. It was just a perfect return in the pop charts.
Justin's second solo album was even more successful than his first. It sold over 500,000 copies in its first week, and was highly praised by some of the music industry's most well-respected critics.
Once again, Justin was using all of his R&B and hip-hop influences. So working with Timbaland, he had will.i.am on board, Snoop Dogg, T.I., the list went on. He was really expanding what he'd done with his first album into a much broader, more adult audience.
Justin went on to release the album's second single, What Goes Around Comes Around. The video features Scarlett Johansson, and is regarded as one of the greatest music videos ever.
We all speculated, was this song about Cameron Diaz? I'm sure it was, but look at the video. There was Scarlett Johansson looking incredibly beautiful, incredibly sexy. It was like a mini movie, it was like a short film. It was very noir. It was something that could have been a slice of Hollywood, frankly. There were many rumors that him and Scarlett were incredibly close on set, but what it did do is get him an MTV award for Best Direction, and it's gone on to be one of Justin Timberlake's greatest selling singles of all time.
At this point in his illustrious career, Justin was well known for dating some of Hollywood's hottest stars. In 2007, he started dating Hollywood actress Jessica Biel.
It took them quite a long while to actually confirm the relationship, but once they did, we kind of fell into that same situation. Britney, Cameron, Jessica, they're all really hot and they're all kind of at the top of their game in Hollywood.
There were rumours that the pair was socialising at many after-show parties like the Oscars and apparently at the Golden Globes. But after months of speculation, whispers on the circuit at parties, they finally confirmed they were dating and they started stepping out as a couple. And it looked like this time Justin Timberlake may have found the perfect woman.
It was another dream Hollywood couple for journalists.
In 2007, Justin again took some time out from his music career to focus on his acting. Having already starred alongside some of Hollywood's finest actors, the offers came flooding in for the former NSYNC star.
2007, Justin decided to take time out from music once again to go back to acting, but this time he was kind of doing it with a lot more credibility behind his belt.
2006-07, of course, he provided the voice in the third Shrek movie. He was back working alongside his ex, Cameron Diaz, when he provided the voice of the character Arthur Pendragon. But he really struck gold when he was cast as a music industry executive in the award-winning film The Social Network, the Facebook story. It became one of the biggest films of the year, and it helped Justin's movie career go to a whole new level.
But more importantly, The Social Network, which obviously had a lot of people looking at it for Oscars, and Justin was playing the supporting actor role, it was a really, really good signing for him, and he was starting to make the point that he wasn't just, you know, the typical pop star that turns actor.
The Social Network really was the big film of 2010. I mean, it really reached out to a whole new young demographic. It was a very cool film, beautifully directed by Aaron Sorkin. It won acclaim. It had Golden Globe, BAFTA, and Oscar nominations. But there was Justin Timberlake playing Sean Parker, the man, of course, that helped create Napster and the whole internet phenomena of burning and downloading music. It was quite a fitting role for Justin Timberlake. He knew the music industry. It was a very sassy, cool role. It certainly put him on the map, and he delivered a fine performance in the movie, which went on to be a massive worldwide #1 hit.
So yeah, you're focusing on acting at the moment. Do you think it's a problem for you when, you know, being on set, being an actor, being Justin Timberlake, you know, carrying that with you?
It's not a problem for me. I don't know what I'm carrying with me. I just I just do the work. I know that I feel very lucky to have the opportunity to do film, especially because I've been so lucky to have the opportunity to do music at a large level. And so yeah, I just feel humbled by the whole thing, to be honest with you.
And you keeping up the music? I mean, is that something we're going to see? More Justin Timberlake, the musician, as well as Justin Timberlake, the actor?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that the next time I do it, it doesn't disappoint. I know it's been a little while, and it'll probably be a little while before I do it. I don't put any projections on it. I try not to, because I think that would negate the joy of creating it.
After the success of The Social Network, Justin was no longer just a musical superstar, but an A-list Hollywood actor.
After the success of The Social Network, he kind of improved even more and showed us that he could get those big film roles. Huge action film, In Time, with Amanda Seyfried.
Although In Time was a big film for Justin and commercially did well, it was unfortunately panned by critics.
If you only had a year to live, because obviously a lot of the movie is about time is running out and everything, I guess kind of like a bucket list is, what would you do if you had a year?
I'm doing it. My bucket list is being checked off every day, I feel like. I don't know. I do love my job. I love what I do, so I can't say I'd be happier anywhere else. Really.
And then went on to be in Friends with Benefits with Mila Kunis, who was very much the girl at the moment in Hollywood.
Justin, your acting CV is getting bigger and bigger. Just the list is going on. This was a great role for you because...
I don't know why, but
really?
I'll take it.
Friends with Benefits was the perfect next step for Justin after his two serious roles. It showed that he could still make us laugh and could take on a wide variety of roles.
I mean, you were great in this film because I mean,
Thank you.
I know, I mean, opinion counts for everything, of course, but you were
See, I
really, really
just
good as you.
You
Fish
fished
for
it.
that.
You fished, and you should hook, line, and sinker that one.
But there was so much there for you to get to grips with. There's, you know, there's the comedy side. There's the obviously there's the deeper with the family situation.
Relationship with the
There's
father.
you know, is that what appealed to you about making this film?
Yeah, this was my first film to have a sort of a lead character and it be kind of fully, you know, layered and fleshed out. And I think it has everything to do with Will, our director, as well. Always being conscious of all of the parts of that character. I think you know, we just wanted to make a comedy, and I just wanted to represent, you know, the males in this type of comedy the way that I would want to see them.
Okay.
So
yeah, you
that's
did
what
it
I
very
tried to do.
well.
Thank you.
And although you are concentrating on the acting now, you still managed to get in quite a lot of singing.
I did.
Yeah.
You can't keep me away.
At this point in his career, Justin was used to making headlines worldwide. And in 2012, the huge news came that he and Jessica Biel were getting married.
I think after so many amounts of heartbreak during his private life, it was really nice to see Justin just walk down the aisle, marry pretty much the hottest girl in Hollywood, and just be happy.
Cut to 2012, and their wedding photographs, the most lavish, beautiful Hollywood wedding you would expect, were one of the most sought-after photographs for tabloids and magazines around the world. Everybody wanted the shot of Justin and Jessica, and eventually they released them to the media and they were splashed around the world.
After his marriage to Jessica Biel, Justin was back in the studio to record his third solo album, The 2020 Experience, which included the hugely popular single, Mirrors.
Justin came back with the 2020 Experience in 2013, and it was just the perfect return. You know, Mirrors was a huge track, Suit and Tie. He'd kind of worked with all of those R&B people, and he brought Jay-Z on board this time. There were a lot of influences in the hip-hop world. It obviously went to top of the charts around the globe.
Justin had gone back into studio with his great friend and mentor, Timbaland. The creative juices had been flowing well, so when we finally got the 2020 Experience, led by the incredibly clever vibe and single, the lead track, Suit and Tie, with an incredibly stylish video, it put Justin Timberlake back at #1. The sound was fresh, the collaboration with Jay-Z was just a winner. The two of them obviously hit it off. There were more collaborations to come from Jay-Z and Justin. It went to #1 in the UK, it debuted at #1 in the American chart, and of course, it established Justin once again as one of the biggest recording stars in the world.
The 2020 Experience was Justin's hugely successful comeback album. It debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200 and went on to sell millions of copies worldwide. At the 2013 VMA Awards, Justin won the Lifetime Achievement Award. This recognition was for his amazing career with NSYNC and as a huge solo artist. At the ceremony, he performed a medley of all his hits and quite simply stole the show.
When Justin won the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2013 VMAs, I think we really got to grips with who he is as a performer. You know, it was hit after hit after hit. The dance moves were slick. You know, the audience was loving it. His voice was so on point.
In 2016, Timberlake voiced the main character of the animated musical comedy Trolls and would feature in the 2 sequels following.
What did you guys both want from a sequel? What did you both want to kind of do with this?
Just have another job. No, I'm sorry. Wait, who said that? No, we were obviously thrilled to come back and voice these characters again because we do feel like they bring people so much joy. And I think this time around, I mean, our world is so much bigger, and our cast has grown, you know, exponentially. So, and now we get to work on all, you know, get to experience all these different styles of music. So, everything. I was excited about.
All of it.
All of it.
The same year, he would also release the Justin Timberlake and the Tennessee Kids concert film. It focused on the final performances of his The 2020 Experience World Tour, with the Tennessee Kids being a name given to both his band and his fan club.
I wasn't ever quite sure about it. I mean, there was kind of the team around me that said we should capture this, and we never knew what we were going to do with it. And it turned out to be a little serendipitous, because now having this opportunity with Netflix, you know, it seems like a lot of fun. It feels like, you know, it feels like you're ahead of a little bit of the curve. You know, I think music streaming has changed the music industry, and now film streaming is changing the film industry as well, and that's exciting, and it feels exciting to be a part of. And Jonathan is.
However, along with his illustrious career, Justin has also drawn attention to various controversies over the years. Although the Janet Jackson scandal put heat on Justin and Janet, many have criticized him for not speaking up to defend her. Janet Jackson's career suffered tremendously from the incident, while Justin's remained unscathed.
He had too much to lose. Justin Timberlake issued a rather groveling apology, but Janet Jackson, on the other hand, of course, declined. She refused to apologize. She refused to bow down to the right-wing press. And actually, the relationship between Justin and Janet, you have to remember, Justin was great friends at that time with her brother Michael. He was revered the Jacksons, loved Janet. Their relationship suffered, and they've hardly spoken since that moment.
Some have accused him of exploiting Jackson to further his own career. Others recognize it as a sign of double standards between male and female artists in pop music. Furthermore, Timberlake has received criticism for his high-profile relationship with Britney Spears. Their breakup led to a lengthy public feud where Justin painted Britney as a cheating Jezebel. However, in Britney's 2023 tell-all book, she names him as cheating on her as well as slut-shaming her. She implies that Justin used her as ammunition to form his Justified album. Before the release of Britney's book, Justin turned to a lengthy Instagram post to apologize for his past behavior with Janet and Britney. He states, "I understand that I fell short in these moments, and in many others, and benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism." Timberlake came under fire in 2019 for rumors of him cheating on his wife, Jessica Biel. The Sun published photos of Justin holding hands with co-star Alicia Wainwright in New Orleans. They were seen making flirtatious physical contact. Amidst accusatory headlines, Timberlake once more broke his silence on Instagram, admitting a strong lapse in judgment, but stating that he did not cheat on Jessica. During the 2020 lockdown, Timberlake said in an interview that 24-hour parenting is just not natural. He immediately faced backlash for the comment, which many saw as a highly privileged and detached worldview. Despite the successful release of a new album in 2024, Justin Timberlake has once again made headlines for being arrested in New York for driving while intoxicated. He was released without bail after being formally charged, the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office said. He has spoken openly in the past about seeking help for excessive drinking. The next day, following his arrest, according to a source, Justin was in great spirits and told everyone with a big smile that he was sorry before admitting he shouldn't have done that. He is a responsible guy who made a mistake and is determined to keep going. Justin Timberlake's public image straddles both success and controversy. from the infamous Super Bowl Janet Jackson incident to recent revelations concerning his relationship and breakup with Britney Spears. Unlike many other celebrities that find themselves battling scandals, Justin has owned up to his previous wrongdoings. He has consistently turned to the public and individuals to apologize for his actions.
A surprise apology from pop superstar Justin Timberlake, admitting he failed fellow superstars Britney Spears and Janet Jackson. Timberlake posting on Instagram Friday, "I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right," saying, "I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson both individually because I care for and respect these women and I know I failed."
He has demonstrated he can admit to his mistakes, showing a humbleness. Justin shows this humbleness even when he is not tangled in a controversy. People love Justin because he stays true to his roots. Even when he went solo, he remembered where he came from. When NSYNC got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Justin's speech thanked where he started: the band, his mom, family, and friends.
These four guys mean so much to me, and we're really a family, and the memories that we have and the times that we've shared and the families that we've built from it, I don't really think I could put into words how much the four of you mean to me. Just through hard times, through unbelievable times, through times where we were going, what the? And you know, I just love all of you so much. And so, don't touch me. All five of us would like to thank Ellen and Carson for coming out and roasting us. I didn't know it was gonna be a roast. Would have rethought that ask. No, but I guess the most important thing that I could think of when I found out that we were going to be presented with this amazing honor was our moms. And our moms and dads have been really, they're y'all the real MVP. No, they really have. They're the reason that we were able to even be where we were in the world, and specifically for me, for my mom. You know, for the first couple of years that we were touring the world, I was a minor, which sounds crazy to say. And she was there every step of the way. So, Mom, thank you so much for being there. And now my beautiful wife, who's here today, is now the mother of our beautiful son. I love you so much. And again, I mean, I love these four guys. We've had an incredible ride, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. We love you so much. All right. Thank you, guys.
Although his personal life has been rocky, Justin Timberlake's career remains strong. He has found great success in both the worlds of acting and music. In addition, Justin has also gained a reputation for being an entrepreneur in recent years. He has invested in various ventures, from a restaurant chain to a basketball team.
I think it's safe to say whatever Justin Timberlake does, he's going to be very, very successful.
He has maintained relevance for over 2 decades.
And it was really, you know, you reflected on what he's achieved. And as a pop artist, he's kind of up there. He's on his way to Michael Jacksonville, you know? He really is something that is going to be here for the rest of our lives.
Despite his scandals and controversies, in 2024, he embarks on his Forget Tomorrow World Tour. He will play for devoted fans in arenas across the globe. showing that his star will continue to rise.